And what you understand from facts in a normal English?
Fact is fact, so which is one which is not going to change, right? So the fact about us is we both are human beings, so that is not going to change, right? So maybe currently I'm a data engineer, I wanted to become architect, so these things can change, right? So, but the fact is I'm a human, so that won't be going to change. So that is how. And fact, yeah, that is a fact, real fact.
Okay, why facts matter and why we say, hey, you need to discuss on a facts. Am I right? We
Mm,
normally use this term.
mm.
So, what is the factor or fact? Am I right?
Fact,
So,
yeah, fact help us to know them better. For example, living beings is one fact. Okay, so all plants are also living being, animals, human beings, all are living beings, right? So it will help us. So living beings means it will give very high level. So then we'll categorize into humans, animals, plants, so like that. It is not going to change. Plants are not going to become animal. Animals are not going to become human. So that is not going to change. We can. It will help us to categorize the living beings very confidently, right? So that is what I'll get an idea when I hear this fact in real time.
yes, yes, you're right. So, facts means evidence should be there. Am I right?
Mm,
Evidence should be there. What
mm,
kind of evidence? Means how it will occur. Am I right? Means event, when it will occur, and which kind of what means at what level data need to be stored. Is this need to store, let's say, as a human being, we have lot of attributes are there. Am I right?
mm,
For particular, you can say your academic fact. Am I right?
mm,
Your for professional fact. Okay.
mm,
Or your personal fact.
mm,
What information you require? Because as per changing the fact, requirement of information is also changing.
mm,
You understand my point?
mm,
In a profile, your this professional life, they are means considering your qualification and considering your this experience and your previous experience and your specialization. They are not interested who is your wife, who is your child. Am I right?
mm.
Makes sense for you. And if
Yes.
we talk about personal fact, then in a personal, they need to know what's your Aadhaar card number, where you're living. Am I right?
Mm,
And means they will verify from your neighbors as well. Am I right?
mm,
So means you are only one person, but based on the facts, the data requirement is changing.
mm,
Am I right?
mm. Yeah.
So this is the answer of what? Okay. What we this fact table do. Okay. Why is okay? You can check that. If you have any question or concern, feel free to ask.
A fact table is a critical table in dimension modeling that stores measurable business events and links those events to dimensions. Fact table stores business measurements at a defined level of details, grain level of details. It answers what business event is being measured, at what level is data captured, which dimensions describes the event, what numeric measures are analyzed.
So like
Okay.
your experience is a numeric value which
Mm.
can measure and analyze. Right? If you are more
Yeah.
experienced, then you are
Mm.
deserve more.
mm,
salary, and
mm,
the company will expect more from you.
mm,
Am I right?
mm,
Same kind of, you can say, your sales or business sales. Am I right? Thing. If sales is going up, then we are in a profit. Sales is
mm,
going down, we are in a loss. You understand me?
mm,
So it should be measurable. You can measure.
mm.
Okay, if let's say we will don't have any measurement or anything, and we don't have a fact based on that, we can take a decision. Am I right? So what happened if we don't have that facts with us?
Mm.
I am asking from you what happened.
What will happen if we are not able to measure? So, if there is no measurement, then we'll not be able to do a better transaction. And yeah, so yeah, mainly it will affect the transaction. So, between the real time entities and will not be understand what is the value of anything, like if it is not able to measure. For example, in real time, milk uh, milk will measure in liters, right? So if we are not able to measure, so it is difficult to quantify anything, or how much kg of that something is measured. And it's because
Yes,
yeah, will be difficult to do the transaction if they will give the milk and we want to return pay them money, so it will become difficult. Same thing goes to any other goods. We're
yes,
not able to measure how much we have to pay, so mainly it will affect the business.
yes. So means if you talk about earlier example which you will which we discussed earlier, is that your mark sheet. Am I right?
Mm,
If you have a mark, all the subjects are there, okay, and numbers
mm,
are there, and
mm,
each is representing the story of this fact and science
mm,
this. So if that's a considered some fact table, am I right? With the
mm,
help of that, it will clearly identify this student need to improve in this particular subject. He's a
mm,
weak, he's a good. Based on that fact, we are able to analyze, measure, and tell us, give us
mm,
a prediction. Hey, he need to
mm,
improve in this area. He don't need to improve in this area. He's good, bad,
mm,
whatever.
mm,
You understand my point?
mm,
So if we talk about this theory part, okay, core theory. So for measurement, we require some metrics or number. Am I right? Based on that, we can say it's a good, bad, or
mm,
profit loss. Am I right? And what level of detail you require? It's a grain. You can say granule level. You can say access control. Grain means how much weightage you require.
mm,
Detail. Okay.
mm,
And means transactional facts means what is the first step, second step. Let's say we talk about payment. Am I right? First, you need to make a order, and after ordering, they will ask for they will calculate the things for you. Based on it, you will go for make a payment. Am I right?
mm,
And adaptable fact, aggregatable measures
mm,
means it starts from a one point and cascading to below or cascading, and then things are changed. Means you can say your first output will become input for a second step, second output become a input for a third step, and things
mm.
that means if you change the first value, then everything is changed. You understand my point?
Yeah,
Like if
independence.
yes,
Mm,
and mention key context for analyze means how in which context you need to analyze. Okay, in context of let's say for that, let's take a example again for that mark sheet. You want to check the performance for the dimension. You want to check performance there, student performance, or you want to check for excellence, am I right? Or merit. What is the context? Why you want to analyze this? Am I right? Based on a context, things matter. Am I right? Let's say
Mm,
your context is physical or mental availability of that. Then you can analyze the, you can say, student. You will not care about the student marks. You will care about the mental availability subjects, which will
mm,
show their mental skills. Am I right?
mm,
So you can say what you want to see based on that, based on that context, things are changed. For a same thing,
mm,
based on a context, the thinking and everything is changed. That's called dimension.
mm.
You understand my point?
Yes, yes. Context. Yeah.
Yes. So when, but you can under check this. If you have any question or concern, feel free to ask.
When use fact tables when designing data warehouses, modeling business events, building star schemas, supporting BA reporting, and capturing transactional analytics. Okay. Example: sales transactions, payments, claims, orders, inventory movements. Okay. So business events occurs, then we'll define the granularity of that, then identify the measures, and then link dimensions, and then build fact tables. Okay.
Okay.
To define measures, then link dimensions. Okay.
Okay.
Identify business process, define fact table grain, define measures. Yeah, same thing. Flowchart. Key
Yes.
principles: grain must be defined before measures.
Yes.
Mm.
Because if grains are not there, detail is not there, how you can go for measures?
Mm.
Am I right?
Yes. For example, if you wanted to take the milk example, if in our home, first we need to decide how much milk we want, half liter, 1 liter, 2 liter. So we will purchase. But before we purchase, we need to understand milk will be measured in liters. So we have to define, right, the granularity. That's how I think I can understand.
Yes, yes. Like for that means, if you talk about mark sheet example, if you can say grains or detail is there, like subject name, total marks, obtained marks, then we can take a decision. Am I right?
Mm.
Then we can go for this measurement. If those are not there, how you can measure?
Mm.
You understand my point?
Yeah.
So real life analogy, you can check that.
Each each line items on a receipt is a fact. Each line item, okay, product, quantity, price, discount. Each line is a measurable business event. That is a fact. 1 second, Deepak. What they tell in the each line item. Each line item on the receipt is a fact. Okay, product. What is the quantity? Price, discount is a fact. Each line is a measurable business event. Yeah, everything we can measure: product, quantity, price, and discount. We can measure in numbers, right? Mm.
So basically, you can think of each record is a fact,
Mm.
like your number. If it's a high, it's a good. Low, then bad. Am I right?
mm,
So in a mark sheet as well, each and every row is a fact,
mm,
which is telling a story.
mm,
Am I right? So
mm,
you can say each product have their own story.
mm.
Those are facts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sales fact, order fact, payment fact, inventory movement fact. Okay.
Okay.
Retail sales captures each product sold, each financial transaction is a fact. Shipment movement modeled as a fact. Claim events, sorry, claim events stored in a fact table. Okay. Measures are numeric metrics. Example, sales amount, quantity, discount, profit. These are all analyzed values.
Yes.
Grain definition. Grain defines exactly what one row represents. For example, one row is equal to one product sold per order line. This is the grain. Critical rule, define grain first. Yes. Transaction transaction facts. Most common facts type. Each row records an event. Example order ID, product ID, quantity 2, and amount is 500. One transaction fact. So what they're telling, most common fact is each row records an event. Yes, this is a transaction fact.
So basically, if you talk about this transaction fact means if you will place a order, then ID is generated. Am I right?
Mm,
And what product is there? It's a linking product
mm,
ID is there. How
mm,
many item is required and what is the price? Am I
mm,
right?
mm,
So adaptive facts.
mm.
So
Additive facts measures that can be summed across dimensions. Revenue, unit sold, okay. Cost, fully additive. So we are adding it, right? So
yes, yes, yes,
additive sales, semi-additive is balance.
yes.
Non-additive is what is it? Ratios. Okay.
Ratios.
Important interview topics. Dimension relationship. Okay. Fact table usually connects dimensions. Customer links to sales fact. Product, which product sales sold, time. Mhm.
Brilliant.
Dimension relationship. Mm. Failure scenario, undefined grains. Okay, that has to be defined first before measuring. We have to define the grains. Double counted measures. Okay, wrong additives assumptions. Duplicate fact rows. Mixed grains in one fact. Duplicate fact rows. Okay, wrong additives assumptions. We should not do wrong additive.
Yes.
Mm. Then common mistake defining measures before grains. Yes, we know that. Mixing multiple grains. Okay.
It should be a
Treating.
neat and clean.
Mm,
If you are adding more details, you can say
mm,
problematic. Am I right?
mix. Mm,
Okay.
Treating dimension as fact. This should not be done at all.
Yes,
Using common additive metrics incorrectly.
yes.
Double counting the transaction. Okay.
Memory hook.
Facts or events.
Yes,
Measures is equal to numbers. Grains is details. Dimension is equal to context. Additive is equal to summable. Dimension is nothing but context. In which context? Order or uh, what kind of transaction marks.
time limit.
Mm,
Time limit. These are the contests. You want to check the time, you want to check a limit, or you want to check who done that. Am I right? And which will impact. We will discuss
mm,
in this dimension table.
mm,
Okay.
mm.
And these are summary, golden points, interview formula. Yes, go ahead,
So,
please.
fact table stores measurable business events. Yes. At a defined grain and support dimension analysis without through additive measures linked to dimensions. Okay. Fact table stores measurable business events as at a defined grain. Yes, because we need to measure that.
Yes. Yes.
Support dimensional analysis through adaptive measures because that is why we define the grains. So it support dimensional analysis. Okay. Golden points, fact stores, events, grains comes first. Measures drive analytics. Yeah. Additive matters. Dimension provides context. Mhm.
Okay.
Dimension means context. In which
Yes.
context?
Yes.
Entry formula, define fact table, explain grain, cover measures, discuss additive facts, relate to dimensional modeling. Okay.
Suitable interface and analytic warehouse.
Mm.
Final result. Okay. Could you move ahead?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Could you, before moving, could you tell me what about adaptability? This adaptive, additive. Yes. Adaptive
Addi-
fact.
Additive fats are which are clubbed, right? For example,
Summable.
summable. For example, what we studied, uh, quantities, right? Quantities, not quantity.
Sales.
Say,
There are three
sales.
types. Three
What
types of,
sales?
three type of, you can say, a type of adaptive. So one is adaptive, fully adaptive. Another one is semi, and another one non-adaptive. Am I right?
Non-adaptive. Yes.
What we learn from these types?
Adaptive is fully. Sales is a full adaptive, right? So sales
Summable.
summable, full weekend summable. Yeah.
Okay. Semi.
Semi-adaptive is partially summable. So
What is that? Could you give me an example of, because we
sale
studied
is fully adaptive. So we can calculate and show. Semi,
semi is a balance,
yes, sum is a balance.
and non
Non is
ratio.
Ratio.
Okay.
Mm.
So could we move ahead?
How it is ratio is non-summable, Deepak?
Okay, how you will calculate, how you will do this sum?
We will add two things.
Means if there is a ratio 1.1, means this ratio 1.3, 1.3, how you will calculate that? How you do that sum?
We'll
One,
multiply.
one upon this, but it's not sum. Am I right?
Say,
It's a
what?
ratio. It can be anything. Ratio can be anything. Let's say if you're talking about out of 100, then ratio will change. Am I right? But if
Mm,
you talk about this, means hey, this in a sales, if you talk about this, means we will earn this much of, means we sell 10 products, 20 products.
mm,
It's not gonna change. Am I right?
mm, mm.
But here in a ratio, it can be changed. If you're talking about out of 50, if you are considering is change, am I right? How you can sum that?
See, for example, we had 100 product and we did a sale. We did a
Yes,
sale of, for example, we were selling books. So we had 100 books. So we sold. You sold 10 books. I sold 10 books. So it is measurable. So if we both add our books, so that is our sales.
yes,
Okay. So I understand it is fully additive. So then balance is semi-additive. So whatever profit we made, whatever products we sold, like 10 plus 10, 20 minus the total product we had. So that we are minusing. That is a balance. So still 80 products are there. So that
yes.
is an semi-additive. And then ratio. Ratio.
Ratio, you can consider a ratio. Hey,
So
this
example.
particular big book have a, you can say 5% of the total cost, total sale. Am I right? And this will 20%, 30%.
Hmm,
We cannot sum. Am I right there? Because some we are already considering sales with the help of amount, but with the ratio, it's a, giving us a percentage on what is the part there.
hmm, hmm.
Understand my
So
point?
we both sold one tenth of the total ratio.
Yes, yes.
Still, it is still we can add the ratios. But anyways,
But
let's
ratio
understand.
is not giving a actual fact. It's a part. It's giving us a portion there. Am I right?
Mm,
20%. But
mm,
what is the 20%? We are not here saying it's out of 900, 600. It's a
mm,
20% of the whole sale.
mm,
You understand my point?
mm,
But you don't have a fact there means, hey, what is the 20%? What is the actual value of that 20%?
mm.
You understand my point? That's
Yeah.
why it's known,
Mm.
none, non-adapt.
Okay.
If you can directly sum, then it's adaptable.
Mm,
Partially unknown,
mm.
we cannot.
O-
Okay.
Okay.
Means without we are applying a formula, I may agree. That time you have a adaptive, you can say that fact. Am I
Mm,
right?
correct.
Then you can do that. But without doing any modification, are you able to do that or not?
Mm,
If you are able to do partially, fully, based on that, we will go with the type. You understand my point?
mm.
Now things are clear to you or no?
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
Now we need to check about dimension table. Now we have a, you can say facts, grains, measurement. But if we are not able to get the answer of something, am I right? Then this fact will not useful for us. You understand my point?
mm,
So what dimension table help us to do? Means he will tell who, what, when, where.
mm.
Who, what, when, and where.
Okay. Who purchased, what they purchased, and when did they purchase, and where did they purchase something? Sales. What sales? Who did the sale? What did they sold, and when did they sold, and where did they sold? Okay.
Okay.
A dimension table stores descriptive attributes that provides context in the business events captured in that fact. So all these W questions will answer context, right? So fact tables provides that one. So fact tables store measurements, dimension tables provide business meaning.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if we talk about any analytics dashboard, any you can say thing, then they will divide in the dimensions only. Like your dimension of audience, like country wise, am I right? Or age wise, dimension should be there. Okay, you understand my point?
Yeah. Fact
So,
tables provide measurements and dimension provides meaning, business
yes,
meanings. Yeah.
yes. Means what is the age of your audience who is taking interest in your product? Based on that, you can change the things. Am I right?
Mm,
If it's going good, then you need to think how you can capture you can say age range of means let's say your product is means your customers are you can say enjoying bulk of the customer is an age between 18 to 25, am I right? But
mm,
other than that they are not taking an interest. If you are
mm,
targeting whole you can say all the age group, then you need to think why they are not taking interest, why
mm,
this 18 to 25 group is enjoying that, but they are why they are means there is some gap which we need to fulfill.
mm,
Am I right?
mm,
So if you know these things, who, am I right? What, when, where, because every you can say this dimension have a meaning,
mm,
and based on a you can say dimension, things are changed.
mm,
You understand my point?
mm,
If you'll get these answers, then our life will become easy.
mm,
Okay. So this dimension table is all about this, these four things.
mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if we don't know means which age group, where means where this product are means they're showing a interest. People of which country showing the interest, which age group, am I right? And what product they are feeling interested. So we cannot run our business smoothly and get a profit there. Am I
Mm,
right? So for that, is say let's say we are from you can say dimension. If we are able to find out, hey, USA person or citizen showing the interest in this course, then we will because they are showing that, then we will incrementally improve that product or you can say course, whatever is there. We will focus on that. Am I right? And we will whatever we are going to launch next product or course, we will keep those things in mind. You
mm,
understand my point?
mm,
So let me give you one real example. Means right now as you know we are means this sharing our content on YouTube so anyone can learn. Am I right?
mm,
So for that, there I mean, when we are from analytics tools, when we are analyzing the thing, Then we will come to know the fact, one fact, or from a dimension point of view, means people are coming on our YouTube channel, but they are not means spending time there.
mm,
Okay. So then if they are not spending time, so based on you can say dimension, time dimension, we will check. Am I right?
mm,
And compare the two facts, like fact between one, which is one product which is performing well, one another project which is a solid content but is not performing.
mm,
Then based on the analysis, based on that particular you can say dimension, when we compare, then we come to know, hey, this is a you can say search friendly,
mm,
and it will trigger means curiosity in a audience mind.
mm.
That's why its view time is more. You understand my point?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm.
So if you have a dimension, with the help of that, it's easy for
We
you.
can we can dimen yeah, we can measure the dimension. Yeah, we can understand the context.
Yes, and that we can improve in that manner.
The business, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So these are
Rich
the
business context, better analytics, slice and dice capability, consistent business definitions, reusable dimension modeling. Okay. Core theory, descriptive attributes, business context, conformed dimensions, shared dimensions, surrogate key, stable identifiers, dimensions, relationships, connect analytical structures, hierarchies, drill down analysis. Okay.
so right now in analytics means we have this big picture there. Am I right? And let's say you want to multiple dimensions are there on a means dashboard. Am I right?
Mm,
And if you want to interest, let's earlier I gave you one example for time, and you can go mean that in detail for more detail. You can check that. Am I right? Drill down. Okay,
mm,
hierarchies are there. Based on that, what means maybe rather than watching or analyzing just
mm,
on a high level, you will not get a granular thing or a detailed thing.
mm,
So
mm,
you need to drill down
mm,
and find the exact root cause
mm,
where is a problem exists,
mm,
and you need to work on that.
mm,
Same way, let's say if patient will say I have a body ache,
mm,
so but doctor will examine is hey if is maybe patient is not clear about which part particular part or pain point is there.
mm,
Doctor examine and check and press the things when patient is feel more pain that you can say area which doctor need to focus and give a medicine based on that.
mm,
You understand my point?
mm,
So drill down is also required. Hierarchy should be there.
mm.
You understand my point?
Yeah.
And what you understand from surrogate keys? Why? What is natural key and surrogate keys? Because we already discussed this concept. Natural and surrogate keys. Natural keys and
Nat-
surrogate.
natural keys, I think the actual primary key, right? Which is like student ID, customer ID, employee ID, all these are.
Let me ask my question again. Natural key, surrogate. What you understand from natural?
Natural means which is already coming by default.
Yes. If it's coming by default, then
Surrogate key, we are making, we are
Potentially,
Apart,
we are doing that.
yeah, intentionally we are creating that. Yes.
So explicitly, you can consider it as explicitly, implicitly.
Mm. Yeah.
You can say natural key, let's say your phone number. It's already a unique.
Mm.
Your Aadhaar number. It's already a unique. Am I right?
Mm.
Your
Mm.
passport number is already a unique. PAN number is already a unique. Those are
Mm.
natural keys.
Mm.
Whatever you are talking about, these customer ID, user ID, those are the surrogate.
Mm.
You understand my point?
Okay. Okay.
And I want, as an engineer, you need to know what we discussed earlier.
Mm.
So you can correlate the thing.
Yes.
Otherwise, using this analogy and things, it's not work for us.
Yes. Yes.
If mind linking is not there.
Mm. Mind mapping should be there. Yes.
Okay. I'm
Mm.
not expecting you will able to answer me 100%, 80%. No, maybe it's a wrong, but you need to practice this, and we will keep this practicing. So that means one day you will mean able to correlate the dots,
Mm.
previous dots and current and future as well.
Mm.
You understand my point? Why I'm
Yeah.
asking this question to you?
Yeah. 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 And got it. Got. Mm.
Because interview can ask a question from anywhere.
Yes. If we don't,
Maybe
yeah, correlate and.
yes. Sometimes they will pick a question from your answer itself.
Mm.
Am I right?
Yes. Definitely. That is what the interview will do. Yeah.
Mhm. Because you are also conduct so many interviews, so you know.
I conduct a lot. Yeah. I conduct a lot. Yeah.
So, so now you are not an interviewer. You will, or you can say interviewer. You
Mm.
need to be a fearless. So those
Yes.
are changing. Am I
Yes. Yes.
right? Okay. So now when we need to you go with the dimension table.
Use dimension table when designing star schemas, modeling warehouses, support BA reporting, creating reusable business entities, enabling drill down analysis. Think first three are same. Creating reusable business entities and enabling drill down analysis. Drill down analysis is very important in dimension. And understand the context is what the
Dimension.
dimensions will add.
Yes.
Yeah. Customer dimension, product dimension, time dimension, geographic dimension. Okay, geography dimension. Okay, which context?
Okay.
Yes. Mm.
Now it's a flow of
Flow is business entity. Then define the attributes, assign surrogate key, define relationships, and then build dimension table. Okay, business entity, some business sales is a business entity. Then we'll define an attributes, what kind of sales we had, quantity, that, this, and all. Then assign surrogate key. Then define the relationship. Okay, one to many, many to one, like that. So then build the dimension tables. Okay, step by step working. Identify business entity, define description. Yeah, whatever flow chart, they are just writing that. Dimension describes facts. Okay. Real life analogy, supermarket labeling. A sale transaction tells two items sold, $50 revenue, but dimension tells customer premium segment, product electronics. Okay.
means who, four things. Who,
Okay. Mm,
what, when, where.
mm. All
If
those.
you understand this four W, then you are good with the dimension.
Mm. Yes.
Simply.
If that is answered, then the dimension.
Yes, you are good with the dimension. Am I right?
Mm. Yes, yes.
And each have their own, you can say, contest.
Mm.
Am I right?
Mm. Mm.
If you want to check in a means in contest of time, then it's there. Am I right?
Mm.
You understand my point?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Customer dimension, product, yeah. Time dimension, location dimension, yes. Real use case, definitely retail. Product dimension, stores, category, brand, department. Customer dimension, store demographic and segmentation. Healthcare, patients dimensions, stores, patient descriptions. Supply chains, location dimension enables regional analytics. Depth, descriptive attributes. Attributes provide descriptive context. Product name, brand, category, color, size. These are dimensional attributes. Hmm.
Okay. Conform.
Dimension.
Conform. Yes.
A dimension reused across multiple facts tables. Customer dimension used sales fact, support fact, return fact. Same business definition reused. Visual customer DM, customer dimension, sales and returns,
You
confirmed
understand my point?
dimensions. Hmm?
Means you understand this. I think you are confused about these terms.
Confirmed dimensions. A dimension reused across multiple fact tables. Okay. Sales fact, support fact, return fact. Same business definition reused.
Means dimensions are there and it will answering the those things. Am I right? While returning, you require that. Am I right?
Hmm.
While sporting, you require that. You understand my point or not?
Okay, customer dimension is required when we are getting the sales fact,
Yes.
support fact, and return fact. Hmm. Okay.
Now it's clear to you.
Yes.
Earlier, means I am able to sense. You are not understand it.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
now you are clear. Am I right?
Right. Right.
Please come up with a question. Okay, Ambaji.
Yes. Yes, Deepak.
Rather than I will sense that you will come up with a question. Deepak, this thing is not clear to me. Please explain
Hmm.
to me.
Then I was about to say that you on time you observed and you asked. You repeated that. Yeah. Artificial generated keys per dimension. Customer key 1001, not business natural key. Purpose stability SCD support warehouse control. Customer underscore key. Natural versus surrogate key. Natural key customer code. Surrogate key customer key. Okay. Surrogate key usually preferred. Hmm.
Because explicitly we are doing that.
Hmm.
Right?
Hmm.
Okay.
It contains hierarchies. Yes. Country, state. Support still run to support. So failure analysis, missing surrogate keys, duplicate dimension measures, inconsistent conformed dimensions, broken hierarchies, natural key, instability. Yes. Common mistake. treating dimension as facts, definitely same thing we studied in the fact. Using business key only, ignoring confirmed dimensions, and poor attribute modeling, broken hierarchy design. Ignoring confirmed dimension means, again, I think I forgot. Confirmed dimensions are,
Like sales, returns,
mm,
which we discussed, which I
mm,
will told you are confused here.
yes. So, sales fact, return fact, confirmed a dimension reused across multiple fact tables. Yes.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Facts is numbers, dimensions are descriptions, surrogate warehouse key, confirmed is equal to shared dimension, hierarchies is equal to drill down. Mm.
Now go ahead with summary, golden point. Sorry.
Dimension table, yeah, dimension table stores descriptive attributes. Dimension table stores descriptive attributes, supports confirmed modeling, use surrogate keys, and provides the business context required for dimensional analysis. Mm. So, if you want to get the customer facts, so we need to understand what are the products he has, customer product, what under he has purchased, what is the sales he did, what products he has returned. So that is what confirmed modeling. Okay. Customer code is the primary key or natural key, but we are adding customer ID as an. So
Surrogate.
in bank also we will have, right, like
Yes.
custom account number is the primary key, but we will add customer ID also, right, in the bank
Yes.
also,
Yes.
surrogate key. Mm. Okay, coming to the golden punch, dimensions describes facts, attribute provides context, dimension provides facts, yes, attributes provide context, and use surrogate keys, confirm dimensions enables reuse, definitely. A hierarchy supports drill down. Okay. Interview, define dimension table, explain attributes, cover surrogate key, discuss confirmed dimensions. It's reusable. The confirmed dimensions are relate to fact relationship. Okay.
Okay.
Mm.